Yeah. Welcome.
Welcome.
To.
No. Welcome to Vancouver, right?
I'm Alex Biron, and I'm here with Simon Armstrong, Esquire, and
Ed Konya.
And we're going to be talking about open mics again. We talked to Johnny.
Again?
Well, it's only a little series.
It's a what?
Series.
Okay.
Yeah. You had your... What's the name of your...
It's called Stand Up and Deliver Comedy Open Mic.
Where is it at?
It's
Give us the details.
Yeah, the details are, it is at 7 Dining Lounge, which is 53 West Broadway, so roughly the corner of Broadway and Manitoba.
Okay, and it was good. I was there last night.
Yeah, thanks.
And yeah, I think we were talking to Johnny about it, and he's had some ups and downs. It's a challenge.
Yeah.
It's not easy.
Is it every Wednesday?
No, it's 2 Wednesdays in the month, usually the second and the last, but sometimes it changes. So
Okay. What are the...
But if they go on Facebook and look up Stand Up and Deliver...
That's right. Yeah, they can
Okay.
join the group, and also if they're on the Vancouver Stand Up forum, then we post there as well.
Stand Up and Deliver is really
and also
mostly
Twitter
what people need to know.
Twitter is at Stand Up Deliver.
So what are the difficulties you're talking about or complications?
Well, Johnny was talking about how when you're the one running the show and you're the one hosting the show, you know, you have your ups and downs as a host.
Sure.
And it's tough to...
You have to control the energy and such.
Yeah, and obviously people want to have maximum control, but I you've done 2 so far,
Yes.
and they've both been good, and for both of them you were there watching, but you had somebody else host the show, which I think is a good approach, because it's like you're showing that you trust the comics. You're giving as many spots as possible. You're basically just going, I want to do this, and just like putting it into motion. So you have a bit of faith.
Yeah, I mean, the way I look at it is it's kind of left brain versus right brain activity. You know, like the host can go up there and be himself and just think about, being funny and just introducing, the guests in a funny way or whatever, and then I can just focus on the mechanics of it, which is just making sure people are keeping their time, or if somebody's not doing well, you light them early and that kind of thing. So
it seems like your open mic is pretty open for subject matter,
yeah.
Is it?
Right off the bat, like Nick Roy did some pretty dark stuff.
Yeah, and we heard a couple people do some stuff that was darker than what they typically do. Alex Sparling did a joke I never heard before. It's hilarious. And so I think it just brings out, like, when, because we had a lot of those types of comics on the show, or those types of jokes, then other people felt more free to do those kinds of jokes, which I thought was great. And not every it wasn't like that the last show, and the next show is going to be different. Although it might not be that much different, because Mark Hughes is going to be hosting the next one. So
Right.
Yeah, you've had him on.
Yes, we have one of our earlier episodes. That's right.
Yeah, Mark's a friend of mine. He does the Comedy Shocker, and so.
Are you?
Not every time.
Yeah. Why would you
Every
turn your
time,
phone off?
Every time.
Yeah. Who's calling you? I want to know.
Let's see here. I got a message. 75% of your Canadian data has been used. So, good interruption.
Cut down on the porn and take more responsibility as a co-host.
I watch porn in my house. I have Wi-Fi, so I'm not watching it on the bus. Like, using my data.
All right, you're at the park. Have you done the Comedy Shocker?
I haven't done it.
Or would you? I mean, you're kind of a family-friendly guy. You're a nice guy.
Yeah, I think that's probably the early perception, but I'm pretty new to comedy. I mean, you've been at it even longer than me, because you remember the Goldies era, which I was not a part of. I've been doing this for less than a year, so So I mean, I've got darker stuff. You just haven't heard a lot of it, and.
You're the host, right, of this?
No. I have guest MCs, like guest
I
hosts.
see. And you just take care of the. Sorry?
That's what I just said. This probably won't sound good.
Why are you fucking doing the blinds?
Ed's like glasses are reflecting really strongly into my eyes, and you usually tell me to close it anyway. I have no excuse. I'm a fool. Go on.
Yeah, see, this is a professional studio, but like if somebody was listening, they'd think that you're doing it from some little apartment.
Well, yeah, it's a multi-million-dollar studio.
Yeah.
And the girls are being really polite. The groupies are here, but they've been well trained. They're quiet. And my car is being... Oh, this bit stinks.
I hate that. I just want you to keep going with it.
Yeah.
The bar's stacked. I was actually pretty impressed.
Oh, he's still going with it. He didn't get that.
No,
We
I
bailed
missed
out.
all that. Sorry.
Finish your beer.
How do you deal with it when, like, if somebody said something that clearly an audience member is not okay with?
Do you think anybody said something last night?
A audience member?
Or
then I don't care.
Or a waitress.
If it's a waitress, it's different because it's the venue.
Sure.
And then you have to lay down some rules, and that's essentially what happened at Johnny's open mic.
That's why I brought it up.
Yeah. And so we haven't had that yet, and from what I can tell based on last night, the staff that's there are
They're very chill. The cool thing about that place
yeah.
is like it's just a square.
Yeah.
There's a stage. The servers are just pretty ghost-like. They come, bring you stuff, they leave.
Yeah.
It's not a high service place. It's kind of like, okay, you bring the people in, you do your thing, and as long as there's no fights breaking out or anything, it's an open mic. Like people can say what they want to say. It might work, it might not.
That's right. Yeah,
So.
and the only reason Johnny had to do that was just because there was, as you say, a specific situation. We haven't had that situation, but yeah, anything could happen, and then we'll react when it does. But we love the venue, so obviously, if something like that did happen, we would change the rules. But
Well, Stuart said that he hated Maltese people last night.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
if you
that's
get
a
like
terrific
some
joke.
Malta tourists,
yeah, no, I love that joke.
Well,
Yeah.
just not a Maltese waitress. Maltese tourists
That's-
in the place. It doesn't matter. Get the fuck out.
That would have been funny if last night
Yeah.
Stuart Jones was the guy that offended somebody.
Yeah,
that would have
be
been
great.
terrific.
yeah, it would. Stuart Jones. He said that his favorite thing to eat is marshmallows. So I think what I'm going to do the next time he comes on the show is I'm gonna buy him these artisan marshmallows that they sell at my local Whole Foods. They're like really expensive, and they're like perfect cubes. Like they've been sliced with a laser and infused with like,
An organic laser.
this will be the best
Yeah, but
marshmallow
do
you've
people
ever-
who like marshmallows like them that fancy? I think that might
Hey man, you eat enough
Dude, it's
fucking
gonna be
steak
good.
oft in your life. You gotta
I mean,
move up.
yeah.
If somebody gave me an $8 bag of marshmallows, I'd eat them.
Absolutely. What the fuck is a marshmallow? It's just a sugar that's been.
It's air, egg whites, and sugar. Maybe a little vanilla in there, and lots of love.
You ever do that thing where you like massage them and they get all like.
Yeah, you
goopy?
said this last
Oh, did I?
episode. I don't know what you're talking about.
Last episode?
Last marshmallow episode. There's only
When the
been
fuck
2
was
times
that?
we've really talked about it. Marshmallows don't come up very often, which is weird because you're shaped like one. Yeah. Open mics. Fun times.
Yeah. So no, we like the idea behind it
Awkward.
was basically just to like for example, you saw that we were lighting people early a lot of times, and that's just because
They stunk?
well, no, like because we want to make it.
Well, yes.
It's an open. It's an open mic, but we want to make it as audience friendly as you can, considering it's an open mic, right? So basically, if somebody's eating a dick, you light them early, and then they get off, and hopefully the next guy's better.
I was sitting right behind you. I didn't see you lighting people early.
No, we were.
Really?
Actually, some people were. I think maybe they were conscious of the number of comics that were trying to get up, and they kind of ended their sets early. But in some cases, like for the newbies, we give them 3 to 5, and if they're not doing well, we let them at 2.
Well, we were talking about that with Johnny, in that like for most people, 5 minutes is more than enough at an open mic. Like amateurs, 3 minutes you can get a lot done, right? You can try a bit and a couple one-liners, or a bit and some crowd work. That's fine,
Yeah.
And like if you're doing well, 4 minutes. There's really no need for anyone to do 5 minutes other than a pro at an open mic, especially if you have tons of comics. But if there's a huge crowd and everyone's willing to stay a long time, then maybe you do it.
The other thing about it is we cap it at 11. It ends at 11. It starts early, it ends early, and I think that makes it tolerable. And thankfully, that location, the other thing it has going for it is it's air conditioned. So throughout the summer,
That's nice.
Yeah, it's going to be a nice venue for that. So
Yeah, air conditioning, obviously concerned now that the world's on fire.
Yeah.
The fires are still happening.
Yeah.
It's not cool.
It's weird how you don't smell it all the time.
Just get
I
used
think
to it.
we've gotten used to it.
Yeah.
Everything's Trump in my news. I'm like checking. It's just like Trump.
He offended
Trump.
the Mexican people, didn't he?
Yeah,
He's being
they're up there with like the
being
worst. The worst.
Yeah, but
like,
have the
group of people
Mexicans
to-
complained?
You ended me. I was going to say the worst group to offend, and it just said like they're
The
up there with the
worst.
worst. Just want to make that very.
Have there been
We love
any-
you, Mexicans.
Any official Mexican complaints?
Absolutely. There's been
Are you
tons.
kidding me?
They're,
I mean-
like a chef in one of his towers pulled out. Like he was opening a flagship restaurant because he said those things about
Right.
Mexican people.
Oh, it's offensive, Of course I'm just. It's that usually there's
This guy's dark.
the loudest,
Dangerous.
outrage is from non-Mexicans or it's usually the white liberals or who tend to get the most offended. I mean, I'm consider myself actually pretty liberal.
Yeah.
But my liberal friends are the ones who get the most offended about those things.
Oh yeah, I'm not offended
Well,
by it.
the
But
But
Yeah.
he's not saying it as a joke. That's the thing. He's saying it like he means it. Like it's mean spirited.
Well, the way he phrased it was so unfortunate too, because he did the backpedaling thing where you say something and you go like, "Oh, but I'm sure there's some good Mexicans, but all my friends at the border have told me." It's like, oh,
they all wear ponchos and stink like refried burritos. Burritos.
is that what he said? Did you say brains?
Burritos and burritos. I got burritos.
No, he was just a flat out racist, right?
There's a white dinner happening, or
yeah.
a fucking white picnic en blanc.
I was thinking about that.
Yeah.
And
It's a very prestige. I feel like Van City Buzz has like
The
a
food-
share in this, because whenever they write about it, they're like the highly prestige. Just make sure you get your tickets in advance for the white party. The
This
best
is where
thing-
people dress in white. It's not like a race.
I mean, I think they would love it to be white only,
Yeah.
but
yeah.
but they can't do that.
I was thinking about that and like the food can't be that great.
Well, you
because-
bring your own food.
Oh, you bring your own food.
Yeah, I want to get tickets to
Really?
it and bring the like.
What?
Yeah, it's a complete.
I thought it was a dinner. Like
Let me
everybody
run.
gets-
Just clear your head. Let's reset. Pretend this is the first time you're hearing this.
Yeah.
So Simon, do you like picnics?
Sure.
You like nature?
Yeah.
You like food?
Absolutely.
Hanging out with a bunch of people?
Okay.
All right. I need like a bunch of money in advance.
Okay. I can
All
do
right.
that.
All right. So yeah, you're in. Come on
great.
down. Wear white.
So what are we
Everyone's
eating?
going to be wearing white. What are you bringing?
Oh. Well, that's bizarre. What the fuck?
But it's prestigious.
So they set up tables.
well, you don't want to not be there.
Well, yes, I do. I mean, really.
I hope there's a crow attack. You know how crow attacks are on the rise? The black
Yeah.
swarm
Just
of...
the shit storm.
The murder is coming!
I hope there's a paint bombing. Good lord.
So what's the appeal of something like that? You
Well,
dress in
exactly,
White.
I mean.
That's shitty
It's-
right there. You're gonna spill something on yourself. Like there's no.
It really
That's
is
what
the
I was
worst color.
thinking, yeah.
I made spaghetti. Oh, you fool.
Yeah. Red wine and steak. Like, fuck. I don't know.
What do you talk about?
The thing is that it's prestigious, like you're saying. They've said it. Oh, everyone's gonna be in white. You can be part of this big thing. That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
But that is kind of racist when you think about it, because they're saying it's prestigious, and then you're dressing in white, and that's what makes
No,
it.
it's not racist.
Okay.
Well,
I mean,
I just wanted to try to move it back that direction, but
I feel like at this point, the
it's
people
elitist, is what it is.
Sure.
yeah, the people that go to a white party probably they're all for multiculturalism, right? Because it's like they want to be hip as possible. It's not cool to be racist anymore.
Well, if you want
all jokes
a party
aside,
for
like
rich people in this city, you can't be racist.
It's true.
yeah,
That's not
Yeah.
gonna work.
No.
So
I'd be interested in what kind of people, what races, what age groups go to the fucking en blanc.
What?
I mean, I have no idea. I'm never getting into
How
that
much
thing.
is it?
How much is it?
It's like advanced.
That's a good question.
It's like secret tickets, right?
Yeah,
Like
it's
secret
kind of curiosity
location.
now.
Yeah.
you have to enter a ballot. to
They-
get tickets. Yeah.
I don't know. It's just so like if you're gonna go to a secret elitist, it should be like an Eyes Wide Shut orgy with like piano. and-
Absolutely.
you know what I mean? At
should,
least
yeah.
like you get to have an orgasm and maybe watch a prostitute get murdered.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's got to be something freaky about it.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be a bunch of losers in white gowns and tuxes opening fucking.
It's like a wedding, but nobody
Tupperware
even
with
falls in love.
Caesar salad. In it. Ugh,
Yeah.
Yuck. You know, like,
It's been sitting in the sun for a while, but it's still good. Oh, I spilled it.
bringing their dumb kids. Ugh.
I don't know. We speaking of dumb kids, Ed and I went to the F is in Frank sale a while ago. I think that was like the last time I bumped into you.
Yeah.
F is in Frank, vintage clothes. I'm like, oh yeah, let's get, because they have this sale once a year where it's like a huge lineup around the block.
Yeah, sure.
You pay $10, you go in, you get a blue bag, load it up with whatever you want.
Fill it, right?
Sounds like fun. Yeah. I get there and it's like, it's pretty much every 17-year-old hipster in Vancouver. Then I'd say that the average age is like, yeah, like 17, 18 years old. So I'm like feeling pretty old at 26. And then Ed shows up on his bike and I'm like, feeling good.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you did the math right away and you're like, no, this is bullshit. So.
You're like a grizzled Homer Simpson in a lot of ways.
Oh, thank you. That's what I was going for.
Well, I love The Simpsons.
Well, everyone knows that. Well, yeah, I mean, fuck. What Macklemore made thrifting cool, right? So,
Yeah, but it wasn't even that. It was just like the lineup was ridiculous, and you showed up and you looked at the stuff. Like if you snuck around and you saw what they were actually going to be digging through.
Most of it was awful.
I mean, it wasn't even worth.
It's not even vintage. It's
No?
like what is this? It's just like it's shit. It's like a camp T-shirt from the YMCA this year, but it's torn. Well, yeah, it has a rip in it. It's just, like it, and on a lot of the clothes, it would have a sticker that would say like from the Salvation Army, like
Right.
$1.
Real sweat
Like,
stains.
Yeah, like this was $1 from Salvation Army, and now I'm paying $10 to put it in my bag, and I waited all morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they
Yeah,
totally,
but bro,
like,
this is the event of the year.
It was like a total.
You were here, man.
Social networking fucking overkill. Like 500. I don't know. There were a ton of people fighting over like 3 bags of old clothes.
I mean, think about it. You can tell your grandkids that you were at the sale.
Back in my day, I'd fill a bag. Where are you guys going? Speaking of old, weird voices, I was on the bus last night, and the C-23 is like a little shuttle.
Yes.
It's a nice
It's
bus.
a handy dart.
Oh, I'm gonna crack my neck. Listen to this.
Okay. Just keep turning. Keep going.
Nice.
Oh man,
All
I
right.
feel so loose and great to tell this story. This is perfect.
Go for it.
So, great bus to take at night. It's going down the hill, and this is an empty street, big, open, well-lit night street. And this dude on a skateboard starts skating in front of the shuttle, and then the bus driver and this old guy start talking, and they're just bonding over like bitterness. Like, oh, look at this whippersnapper! Oh, where are the police? They're like they want him to be arrested.
Yeah.
Like, I can't even see him. I'm like, okay, that's the loudest thing I've ever heard. Like, I don't think they allow deaf bus drivers.
Yeah.
So like, even if he was invisible, you'd still be able to hear him. Plus, it's an open street, and it's like, so I'm like, okay, this is getting ridiculous. They're hating on this skateboarder. So I'm like, okay, well, I could say like, you guys are stupid, but that wouldn't be any fun. So instead, I started talking like an old person, and I went to the front of the bus and like started agreeing with them. I was like, yeah, he should be killed. Like and they're like, well, I mean, that's a little harsh. I was like, no, really. I mean, like skateboarders, they should die. They're really the worst part. And like, don't get me started on rollerbladers. What are they blading around, cutting up the street? And the old guy starts agreeing with me. He's like, yeah, that's true. And I'm like, and these people flying their kites? What do they think? They own the sky? I mean, this is like, you got to join them. You got to join the old people.
curmudgeons. Yeah. Nothing better. Really.
Push them
We're
to
not
their.
all like that.
Well, you have very strong calves.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, actually, I do a lot of cycling, so, or at least I did.
Oh, it shows.
Yeah. Oh, well, thank you. That's a compliment.
Well, it
Coming from
literally
young
is a
fellas.
compliment. How about some jokes, Ed?
Okay.
Come on. Let's hear your dark material.
Yeah, you got it. You got one
my
you've been
dark-
saving.
I feel like that's what people
Yeah.
say. Like, oh, you haven't known me very long. I have some really dark things. I wouldn't want to scare you guys, but I got some.
I got some great Terry
Demons.
Schiavo bits I've been holding on to.
Yeah.
I got
Oh well, that's all right.
Come on, pretend this is an audition for the Comedy Shocker.
Okay.
I'll be Mark Hughes. All right,
let
buddy.
me
I want to
see.
be shocked. What do you got?
Well, how dark do you want me to go here?
Dark as
Fuck.
Dark as fuck.
obsidian.
Okay. Think of the big obelisk in 2001.
That is dark.
And get even darker.
Okay.
The big obelisk.
This is gonna be like.
Shut up.
So what's the deal with the Canucks, guys?
Yeah.
I mean, They should all start.
Yeah, that actually is pretty dark, though, when you think about it. It's fucking depressing.
Yes, it's dreary. It certainly is.
Okay, this... I don't know. I don't know how dark I want to go on this show.
Go dark. You want to go real dark.
All right.
Look through your phone and
Dark,
find the dark.
Dark.
Turn down the brightness on your phone.
I really like that. That's cute.
Stupid.
Well, this is interesting.
Okay.
We'll how much time do you need? We'll riff.
Yeah.
We'll improvise.
Yeah, well, this part I wasn't expecting. So
Hey,
Well, you don't get an easy show on the Vancouver Right podcast.
apparently.
No,
This
you
is a
don't.
test.
Any slack.
This is where comedians prove themselves.
Absolutely.
Absolutely is right.
Absolutely is true.
I'm not proving myself here.
This is some great riffing.
Good. We got some great fan mail from
That's a good call. We should give a shout out to my man, whose name is...
What's his name?
What
What was that great? We talked to. Yeah.
We'll get to him in a second.
Sure has made an impact on you.
604 podcast at gmail.
Paul Morgan, baby.
Paul Morgan, my man.
Yeah, he's.
Hope he's having a 5-day.
He's here, baby. We
He's
can
here,
call him right now.
Yeah.
Let's fucking call him.
He's having a 5-day stay in Vancouver.
I'm not going to call him, but
No,
he wanted
don't
to know
call
where to
him,
get.
man.
He said, heading to Vancouver. Where's the best place to get my first shawarma? And what is the best place to get shawarma?
Oh, I don't fucking know, man. I've been to...
I love shawarma, but then when it really came down to it, and I was like, okay, where should I get shawarma? I was like, fuck, there's a lot of bad shawarma places, really, when you think about it. Like, if you want top-notch shawarma, Mac Falafel in Kits, I like for their chicken. Donair Town, although you've heard me talk about the mushy tomatoes,
Yes.
but I am a big fan of Donair Town. There's this place on 4th, which I can't remember what it's called. And then if you want it the high class, it isn't really shawarma, but it's still Lebanese food, I think.
Yeah.
What's that place called? Why would I have this ready and
I don't know.
sound like somebody who knows about food?
The thing is that over the last 14 days, let's say, I've had shawarma at least 20 times.
It doesn't get old.
It does, but I still think about it and I go back anyways, which is the weird thing. But I hope you find something good there. I keep wanting to call him Corey Worthington, which is the Australian kid, but that's not his name. It's Paul Morgan.
We just got a tweet from Bennett Taylor.
Again.
Thanks for the shout out. I put my phone in my hard hat and listen to your podcast at work. This is great. We're going to distract him while he's doing construction.
Didn't I
and
call him
dies.
girl name? Well, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Who's Bennett?
He's a man. He's a construction worker.
He's more of a man than I'll ever be.
Well, it's not hard. Ed, what's up?
That's true.
Oh, okay. All right. So I had this. It's not that dark. You're right.
All right.
But
this
basically,
is
the joke
a great way to
here's the
pull
joke.
the legs out from under the joke before you
The-
tell it.
Can I just say
I
right
I
now?
didn't think it was that dark.
If you manage to make this funny,
Okay.
with this is
This is
impossible.
much
No one
build-up.
can be funny under
No.
these circumstances.
Yeah, no, this is-
So this is
We've
gonna
been
be great.
trying for 20 episodes. Yeah.
All right. Okay, we'll try it. Okay, so basically, no, I saw this video, and this is true. I saw a video.
True story, folks.
True story, folks. There's a video on the internet called. You guys have probably seen it. It's called Pitbulls Playing with Kids.
I
Nope.
haven't seen it.
You
Haven't seen it.
No.
And so a guy basically, what he did was he took this. He made a video of his, 'cause he wanted to dispel this idea of
Okay, yeah.
pit bulls, you know,
Yeah.
how mean they are. So, he basically filmed his pit bull playing with his kids. And it's very tender and loving. They're rolling around with it, running around with it, and the dog's licking them and everything.
Yeah.
And so, it got all these hits, right? But they have this other video out there
Yeah.
called. It's a very similar name. It's called Pitbulls Playing with Other People's Kids.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I don't recommend.
Oh, is that?
I would love
that
to
the
feed
punchline?
you to animals right now and watch you get pulled apart by a fucking gypsy bear.
What?
You know those ones that they keep on the
On the
chain, and they're
the
really angry.
circus.
It's an
Yeah.
animal?
What?
It's a real animal?
Well, it's a bear
It's
is
the
an
circus
animal.
bears.
Gypsies are
that
people.
on a fucking a bicycle.
Oh, I see what
chain.
you mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
So a mean circus bear.
So the joke is,
He's saying
hey, I
that-
saw a video about pit bulls playing with kids.
Right.
This is where pit bull plays with other people's kids. And
Yeah,
that's-
but
I flubbed your joke, but it probably made it better.
Right. Yeah. So basically,
You didn't, but
they're not as friendly with other people's kids.
Okay.
That's that was the part.
Never tell that joke
Nah.
again.
Well, I'm mostly not going to tell it because it's not that funny.
That's
that's the point. I think that
yeah.
you're getting at.
Well, it's good that you're sticking to the right brain kind of stuff. The open mic. No, Ed is actually one of the nicest guys I've ever met.
Is he?
Yeah, like you should be on Corner Gas.
Wow.
What do you think?
What do you think?
Is that a compliment? That doesn't sound like a compliment.
What would you do if I told you that Brett? Wait.
Yeah. What?
Okay.
Yeah.
Forget that the joke I was about to say.
Okay.
Is it Brett Bunt
Butt.
or
Butt.
Brent Butt?
Brent Butt.
His last name's Butt?
Yeah.
That is a
Is
really
it Brett? No, Brent. Yeah.
Brent Butt.
Yeah.
Is that his real name or did he change his? Because that is a great name.
Is it?
For an entertainer?
Yeah. Entertainer.
Hold it. It's entertainer.
It's entertainer.
And
It's not that hard, dude. It's an E. Enter.
I mean, it's hard because whenever I think about it, I'm like, oh, that's true. That letter does make that sound. Yeah. Let's talk about when I was young.
Okay.
No, Simon.
Yeah. Okay, I'm listening.
When I was young, I would make fun of my mom all the time. She would, like, if we got a video from Blockbusters, she'd say, let's return it to Rogers. And she'd flub, say words wrong, and just terrible speaker, really.
Okay.
And I'd make fun of her all the time. I'd say, like, well, when I grow up, and I'm not just saying this to make a bit, like, and I've become her, I'm carrying the torch of terrible speaky words.
Yeah, it's true. Good for you, though. Carry on the family name.
Oh, God.
There you go.
Can't even say the name correctly.
D's and T's and E's and I's.
What's the worst mistake I've made so far that bothers you the most?
None of them bother me. I don't care, actually.
Oh, really? Then I'm failing.
No,
That's my goal in life. You're wearing a small rainbow.
Yeah, I have a little rainbow.
Wife beater.
On my wife beater, yeah.
Yeah. Where do you buy your clothes?
Winners, mostly.
I mean, I got to be honest. Good call.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a good place. Ed?
Sure. Yeah. I
Where do you
bought
go
many
for
things.
clothes
I
most
buy
of the
stuff
time?
at Winners. I buy stuff at Mark's is probably my favorite.
Oh, Mark's is good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a little pricey, though, for me, to be honest. Like,
They have sales.
yeah, that's true. They have nice shit. Nicer than you'd
There
expect.
is the hottest fucking girl that works at the Marks on 4th.
Oh, yeah.
She's Russian.
Oh,
Has an accent.
yes.
She looks like a spy.
Oh,
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
She looks like a spy, or she sounds like a spy.
both.
oh, she looks like a sexy spy.
She looks like the evil, like, you know how there's always like a foil to the Bond girl, like bad,
Yeah.
like dark Bond girl, and like whenever I go in there, I'm like, well, first of all, I'm like buying, you know, some goofy khaki pants for my like day job, so I'm already feeling bad, but I hear that voice and I'm like, yeah, I'll pretend to be James Bond for the next 10 minutes in my head and then never talk to you again. Natasha.
Natasha. Yeah.
Oh, is she great?
Yeah, a lot of good-looking women in the city for sure.
Hey, we're riffing.
Are we?
What about you? Where do you buy your clothes, Alex?
Skateboarding stores. Yeah. I go in.
You don't find that they price their shit like way higher? 'Cause
They
it's so
absolutely do. I'm
brand
like,
name?
I'm a
You
rube.
just don't give a fuck. Yeah. fair
Oh, I
enough.
give a fuck.
Well,
I feel stupid.
you give a fuck and continue to do it.
My money just goes. It just disappears.
I saw you tip a waitress
what is it
like
about-
$20 one time.
I'm a huge.
On a
Skateboarding
$17 bill.
clothes.
What do they ever just start making out with me because of it? No,
Never.
never.
You
Nothing ever
specifically
happens.
have to support these brands. Is that it? Like, what is it with?
No, he's just a cool guy. He's being cool guy. While
But
he
you
kick
do
flips.
skateboard though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so you feel the need to
He only
specifically, like, you
skateboards-
can't buy a non-skateboarding guy T-shirt. Like, you have to.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I wear a lot of pastel colors too. This stuff usually comes from Winners.
Yeah.
People usually ask me like, "Oh, like, what beach did you go to, or what beach are you going to?" I always look like I'm either like on my way to the beach or coming back, and I never am.
No.
I don't know why that
But
is.
you got the look.
I don't know how people find time to go to the beach. There's never a day that I wake up and all this time free to go to the beach. I'm either editing fucking the Vancouver Right podcast or doing
You're
the
gonna be
Vancouver.
editing big chunks of this, right?
Oh, this will never be published.
Oh, okay.
It's terrible.
We stopped editing, actually.
You.
We're actually, yeah. I've had
we're
to.
just fucking Putin them out, whatever that means. It's
Russian.
Yeah. Yeah. We're just shooting them out for whatever reason. So all the mistakes and uncomfortable moments,
It's
they're there for you to hear.
It's the
later.
best. Like, I was the most obsessive, weird. Like, the first 3 episodes, I would be joining. I would take sentences
how
and join them
embarrassing. How
to another
embarrassing.
sentence to make a
Wow.
seamless. like I was rewriting history.
Well, to be fair, you needed to in those first episodes.
Yeah.
Because those are...
It was and they're like, even now, going back, even after all the editing, still a lot of dead air, baby.
Still a lot of uncomfortable moments, yeah.
There's moments where we just don't have anything to say, and we go, well, and you go, oh, brother. Say something. I mean...
Yeah, to follow your... Well, you're right. I should have thought of something better.
Well, you should.
Say.
You should have my back. That's why I brought you.
Know that I don't. I mean...
That's true.
Yeah, I mean, how many episodes do we have at this point? 20?
20, like a quarter of 100.
Quarter of 100.
What a weird way to say that.
Yes, 25 is a quarter of 100.
That's an optimistic way to look at it, you know. We're on the way.
I saw, there's no segue to this, but I saw a Molson ad. Okay. I think you were there at the time.
Yeah.
It's because Molson, Canadian beer company, likes to do like community viral videos, right?
Yes.
You know, like we brought a beer keg to Indonesia.
Yeah.
Like, hey, bro. And they sit on the beach and like,
Yes.
haven't seen you since lacrosse. And you're supposed to watch that and be like, I love Canada.
Yeah.
And I love your beer. Yeah. Like, I'm going to share this with
like
all
they're trying to sell how cool Canada is.
Absolutely.
You know, with all these cool cuts and like kids jumping into the water. And...
It's usually like a 29-year-old dude and his 29-year-old dude friend.
Yeah.
And like,
super hot chicks.
Oh, of course.
Who don't belong there.
Kind of in the background. Like they're like skimboarding or something. Like, oh yeah, Rachel's just bored. Okay, just run. Yeah, whatever.
Amazing.
Why let me get to the punchline?
Like if they took the production values on your average Canadian beer commercial and applied it to our movies and TV shows, you know, that would...
You're actually right, because Canadian
that
film is like horrendously low budget.
A Canadian film these days is like Black Fly, a son and his dad in the woods, coming this October. The sequel to Dark Tree, about a family trapped in the... It's always in the woods, and there's always... It's a race against time to get resources to a small town in the woods, coming from Elm Dirt. Like, it's Elm Dirt? I went to film school, and the guy from the National Film Board came in, like the guy that makes the choices.
Yeah.
And you could tell it's just like...
stone him to death?
This is the dude.
Yeah.
You're the problem.
Yeah.
Well,
Dorcas?
The reason why they're like that is nobody in the big cities, you know, Toronto, Montreal, Vancouver, they're not going to go see these movies. It's all the people in those smaller towns that, like, if they don't go see it, then those movies aren't going to make anything. You know?
Well, that's true, yeah, because we're seeing,
It's also because the Canadian media has to put out a percentage of Canadian content. They call it CanCon.
Yeah,
and
same with audio, right?
So they know that they're just trying to piggyback on whatever great American shows or whatever other shows they're pulling in and putting out there. They just have to shove out some, you know... Oh, the story of Don Cherry with some guy in a white wig who looks nothing like him in a dumb suit, right? Like, they just have to push out all this shit. They're not actually trying to...
The story of Don Cherry?
Yeah, they don't call it the Wrath of Grapes. That's so horrendous. Have you seen that?
I've seen
That's the worst thing I've ever heard.
When you're talking
yeah.
It's brutal.
It's like, anyways, yeah. So I don't think they're actually... I hope they're not really trying that hard, but...
Don Cherry, when you think about it, he's such a weird Canadian icon.
Yeah,
because he's the antithesis of what Canadians are.
Yeah.
You know, most Canadians are, you know? He's
this is Don Cherry, and he should be a wrestler. Like, he should be in the WWE, you know what I mean? Like, one of those... not the actual wrestlers themselves, but the manager.
Yeah, manager.
Like, he should be a manager of like the hockey, like a hockey guy.
He's popular to some Canadians the same way like Rob Ford was popular in Toronto as the mayor. Right?
True.
He has that same kind of outward obnoxious. Like, he doesn't give a fuck, right?
Yeah.
But he's Canadian.
He's too dumb to give a fuck.
I'm a proud Canadian, and
there's a good Canadian boy.
Yeah. He should be sent back to the... And his poor co-host sits there and opens his mouth. You can see him kind of like... I mean, this is all being said. Can I get to my Molson Canadian thing?
All right.
They had an ad where they had a vending machine.
Yeah.
A Molson vending machine, which, I mean, doesn't exist, but in the ad it did. It's like a beer vending machine. Yeah. And then people are gathering around like, oh, what is this? How do we get the beer?
Pawing
this is an exaggeration.
Lightly touching.
They're in like Paris or something, and so somehow like everyone's fixated on Molson Canadian. Like, no one even cares here in Canada. It's like, they're like, Molson, oh, we've been drinking delicious Parisian cocktails, but now we need, and they're like, how do we unlock it? And then someone's like, hello, and it's like, doo English spoken. And they're like, oh, it's the words. They want us to use love and community to open the vending machine.
Made with spring water.
Someone comes up, ding dong, Vietnamese spoken. Ah! And then the song cues in like
montage of like a bunch of multicultural.
Privyet, hello, bonjour, and everything's happening.
Ohio.
And then there's one more, and it's some weird like Croatian, or it's like we need a Croatian guy, and then he runs through like, oh yeah, and then it builds to that crescendo, and then he says whatever that is. And then it opens up,
like swings,
and
open.
then but then they can't actually show them drinking the beer because they're not allowed to do that. No. So it just cuts to black, and you're to assume they just had like an amazing multicultural orgy after or something.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Fuck
really,
that ad.
The end of that ad would be like the beer fridge swings
well, this
open.
tastes like shit.
Yeah. Well, or they all get really wasted and start puking and fighting, and that's the end of it.
I mean, the reason why that's bullshit, first of all, despite it being a fake commercial that was scripted with actors. But aside from that, even if it was real, the first guy that found the beer machine would be, oh, this is how this works. We just get out his phone and use Google Translate and just say all the things himself and be like, well, I have all the beer now.
Yeah.
Yay. Melting pot.
Yeah. You get arrested for drinking in public.
Yeah.
Right? And then
Molson would be sued because they can't actually put a beer vending machine in like a pavilion. Those fools.
You a beer guy there, Ed? You drink a lot of beer?
I don't drink a lot of beer.
No.
I drink beer, but I don't even really drink a lot, I would say.
Those days are behind you, are they?
Yeah, I just...
Or ahead.
Yeah. No, I just I'm not a big drinker anymore.
Yeah.
Weed?
What's that?
Marijuana?
Occasionally, yeah. You know.
Partake?
I partake, but yeah, I don't actively go out and buy big bags of it or anything, if I'm at a party, I'll have a joint, why not?
For sure.
I like how he said that if I'm at a party, I'll take a puff, Hot girl on my lap, well,
He said
why
none
would
of
I
these
say
things. He said like a quarter of what you're saying.
Yeah. Well, I'm adding to it.
Are you?
Yeah. Go with something.
What are you
Make
adding?
it funnier and funnier.
Yeah,
When
so
is that gonna start?
not to big drug.
I build my comedy
slash
clubs in the
drinking. I
sky
drink a
now.
ton
Okay,
of
raise your
coffee.
voice over it. I mean, technically I did interrupt you, though. It's fine. Go on.
You idiot. What were you saying?
Just nothing. No, I said if anything, I drink a lot of coffee.
Coffee.
Okay.
Yeah.
Coffee.
Yeah.
This is good.
See, I'm the opposite. I quit coffee, continue to drink beer.
Yeah.
So,
Well, but
who's
I mean-
med the better choice? You tell me.
I don't know.
Ed.
You have
Yeah.
clearly.
For
Yeah,
sure.
that's what I'm getting at.
Smarter,
yeah.
more productive.
There you go.
You're getting fatter and more drunk. But you're strong.
Absolutely.
So you're this like tree feller right now.
Yeah.
I'll get her done. Or do you have a gut? You don't have a
little bit. Yeah.
You got something going on. Yeah. But I mean, you love alcohol, right?
Yeah, I don't give a shit.
It makes you
like,
happy.
Yeah. I go to the gym every fucking day, like,
Yeah.
whatever.
If you could drink at the gym,
No,
you wouldn't do it?
I cannot do physical activity when I'm drinking. It's just
Some
like-
people, like, there was a dispensary I went to, and they were like, oh man, you got to try this sativa. I use it at the gym. I smoke a joint. I'm like, no, you don't. First of all, you're skinny. Like, don't try to market this to the athletic type, which I am barely. So he's like, yeah, no, you can smoke this and you'll be. I'm like, okay, no weed makes you productive. All right, let's look. Maybe it has some benefits, but like, it's becoming this magical thing right now where it's like,
Yeah.
if you lack talent, smoke weed. Makes you creative. You'll be good.
You ever seen that movie Good Will Hunting? This strain, yeah, you can solve all the math you want.
Oh, good.
Mini Driver. Oh,
That's good for cancer patients. Pretty much. That's pretty much it. I think. I mean, what are their magical?
bring us back there.
Good statement.
I don't know. I mean,
do
it does have some, healing properties.
It
or
absolutely does.
Pain relief properties.
absolutely.
So that's not bullshit.
No.
But there's a lot of bullshit around it with people who smoke all that pot. Yeah.
Look, I'm not a pot hater at all, but
Yeah.
it is kind of funny that nobody talks about being burnt out. Like, that's a huge thing. When you
Yeah.
smoke weed, like 90% of the time, you get like burnt out and like empty-headed, And I mean, well, for me personally, like I smoked it all through. I smoked every type of weed, and I've liked and enjoyed myself smoking a lot of different weed.
Sure.
But I get burnt out, and it sucks.
Yeah.
And like people talk about being hungover, that's a thing. It's like
it's overindulging, you know. I remember one of the best examples of weed physically helping me was like when I was on this camping trip. And you know, like your friends talking to do like a whitewater rafting thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, and so it's one of those stupid things which I never do, right? You're using muscles that you never use, right?
Yeah,
in ways
sure.
that you never use them.
Yeah.
And then so I'm thinking, oh, this is fine, whatever. You know, I fell in, but then they pulled me out, and I'm like, okay, I survived that. But that night, like, my shoulders were all like wrenched, all the muscles were, it was like killing me. I couldn't, sleep. I'm rolling around. So I'm walking around the campsite, and I hear like these Russian voice. Speaking of Russians, they're
great. I love Russians.
Yeah, no, it was distinctly Russian. So I walk up the hill, and there are three of them. There's young people, like probably early 20s, and one of the guys. There's two guys and a girl, and of course the girl was very attractive. And the one guy's leg was totally...
Well, you don't fuck around, I mean, yeah.
His leg was totally fucked up. Like, he had fallen down a hill.
Oh, he's extreme.
You're describing like a triage. There's like a marijuana. He needs a blunt.
Yeah. So anyways, but the other reason why I went up there is because I could smell the weed, right? But this guy's like hobbling around on his knee, and it looks terrible, right? So he's obviously had way too much fucking pot. But I mean, so I'm sitting down... And I'm just looking at this, they just finished the joint, and I'm like, oh, fuck, right? And then they said, we'll roll another one. So they give it to me, and it's just like a small, paper, and then the thing.
What color was the paper?
It's white.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Okay, get to the fucking point. The point is, okay, so they made a giant fucking Cheech and Chong, joint,
sure.
right? And I just took a couple puffs of that, and then my shoulder was feeling better, so.
Right.
Yes.
So it is magic.
It is magic. Yes, it definitely
After
works.
all.
I heard speaking of like really bad stories, I heard the worst one today.
Okay.
Like one of the worst, most bomb stories I've ever heard.
Reiterate.
They set it up like, what did you say?
Reiterate. So, yeah.
Okay.
Sorry. Keep going.
What?
I'm just adding.
What is, I don't even know what reiterate, doesn't that mean say again?
Yeah.
So you're just telling me to do what I'm saying right now.
No, I'm telling. Yeah, go through the story.
Okay. Yeah. Bob Marley's playing on the speakers, and she's like, "Oh, got a great story! Like, turn the music off. Everyone gather around." I'm like, "Okay, well, I mean, Buffalo Soldier's pretty good, but I guess we'll turn it off for this. Better, She's like, "Yeah, this one time, you guys, I was listening to Bob Marley pretty loud, and like going all around listening to it. I think the song was like, No Woman, No Cry. It was, do you guys know that? Okay, good." And this guy came up, kind of like a Rasta guy, or like I think he was. He had like a little color thing, and he like looked right at me, flashed me the peace sign, walked off, and I was like, "There better be more to the story, or I'm executing you." Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
And I killed her. So probably we'll be going to jail now. This is my dark.
Oh,
comedy.
brother.
Yes. What else we got?
That was like the inception of bad stories. It was a bad story, and then me telling a bad story about somebody telling a bad story.
I mean, how else could it have gone?
Well,
you're like, oh, I'm going to tell this bad story, and they're going to laugh at how bad.
In fairness,
it is.
my story was a good story, but it was poorly told.
Well, it was a bit wordy because it really boiled down to once my back hurt because I went rafting and then I smoked weed and it made it feel better.
But the Russians made it interesting.
Did it?
More interesting than if it was just non-Russians.
Well, they just happened to be Russian. It didn't really.
Are Russians not white people?
That's true.
I mean, just regular,
Asians?
like.
Are Russians considered Asians?
Cheesehead Canadian white people. I mean.
I can just imagine somebody listening to this podcast right now, and I just hit the mic.
Yeah, I hit it again.
Going like, what the fuck are they talking? Are Russians white? I don't know. Your story stunk. Yeah. It's just like disastrous.
Yeah, ironically.
If you guys want to leave us a review on iTunes, it's iTunes.
Yeah.
And you can't see the reviews from other countries. So like we could be booming in Japan.
Yeah.
We can't see.
Yeah.
So
sorry. You can also email us at 604podcast@gmail.com.
And I want to give a shout out to, we've been talking about open mics, but I also want to mention some of the good comedy shows in town because What's it? I fucking forgot his name again.
You
Paul?
idiot.
We have like
Paul Morgan.
4 fans.
No, Paul Morgan is from American Psycho, I think. Yeah. He had the bone white card.
No, that's Paul Morgan.
Oh, it is Paul Morgan? No.
It's not. No, that's Patrick Bateman.
No, I think his nemesis is Paul Morgan. This is
Oh,
ridiculous.
the guy that
yeah,
cuts his head off.
The guy he hates. Yeah, he kills him while he's listening to Huey Lewis, I think.
Right.
Yeah.
You like Huey Lewis?
Yeah.
Okay, we're just talking about a great movie now. What was I gonna? Oh, right.
Paul
yeah.
Stanley. No, wait. Yeah.
Bring up the strip. The strip.
Strip.
Bring
The Granville Strip, right? No, what's his name? What's this fucker's name?
I don't know. He's a side character.
Paul.
It's a famous line though. Hey, hey, Paul, look over here. And then, can you look this up while I get this, please? Okay. If you want to see great comedy on Monday, every Monday on Main and 8th, $5 cover, $3.50 beers. That's a good price for a beer, right? $3.50. Simon, alcoholic. What do you say about
Well,
that?
it's probably gonna be a shitty beer.
Okay, that's a good way to plug the show. No, it's probably a decent beer. $3.50.
Yeah, $3.50. It'll be a great beer. Shut up, you idiot.
National Touring Pro Comics headlining every week. It's the only comedy show in town with an after party. 5 Point Pub when the show is over.
What
So
time?
seriously though, Paul, you asked me where to go. I responded to your email, but yeah, that's a good show. Check it out. 8.5 inches of comedy, and yeah, see you there. Featuring Audible.com. We need Audible ads.
Yeah, we just need ads. Period.
Oh, do you think we're gonna go in like a crowdfunding direction or like an advertising direction?
Ad
You
money,
gotta
baby.
you can't do both.
Ad money. Bring it on.
Because you have to either pretend like we have to like we're listeners supported, you know. There's no ads in our show. Give me your money, and then it's like, yeah.
I mean,
Or-
if you go the listenership route, they could probably be sending us gifts, like they'd be sending us little treat bags, like who knows what kind of like goodies, you know, Amazon orders, all types of stuff.
You know, like Kim Kardashian and,
Yeah.
and like they've been known to make lists of things they want on Amazon, and they just ask their fans to buy them, and they just within
Exactly.
like 10 minutes they're gone.
Fuck.
I wonder how long it would take us to get our list fulfilled. We have like Final Fantasy like 8 special edition games and like
PS4.
Stilts and Rogaine. That stuff's expensive, man.
Yeah, fuck.
All those like snake oil. Whew. Ed, how's your hairline doing?
Not well, but you know.
You've got a nicely shaped head though.
Yeah, that's
at least you
what
have
I've
like
been
a
told.
weird bump at the back.
Yeah, no. I've been told that, so that's cool.
Yeah.
I don't mind. You know, when we reach a certain age, you don't give a shit about stuff like that anymore. Yeah.
Well, looking forward to that.
It doesn't matter. I mean, besides, I'm married too, right? So I mean,
Got any kids?
we don't have kids now.
No.
No.
What's your wife do?
She works at Finlandia. That's
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
That place has everything. You want to live to be a million? Go to Finlandia.
Yeah, so she's a nutritionist, so she deals with a lot of people coming in with actually a lot of different health problems. Pretty serious health problems. So she recommends like vitamins and.
I think I bought some emu oil there once.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, this'll no more scars. It did nothing, but it was expensive. And I felt good about myself when I bought it.
Yeah, that works. A lot of that stuff works. I mean, I don't know.
I just said
it
it
runs the
didn't.
gamut. It's like a regular pharmacy and whatever. We're not here to talk about that place, so.
Yeah, it's amazing how many places I'll plug, considering we get zero money from any
Inadvertently.
sponsors.
Well, you
Don't
can
Air
use that.
Town on Denman and Rob's is like, we have all these weird people coming in.
The tomatoes are shit. Why don't we have a sponsor?
Well, guys, it's been fun. Plug your open mic. I'm going to be there. So come to that fucking open mic.
Yeah. The next one is on July 22nd. Yes, and then after that, the 2 in August are going to be August 12th and then August 26th. So the one on the 22nd is going to be hosted by Mark Hughes. That's going to be a fun show.
The one after is going to be hosted by me, right? Alex?
Actually-
I'm actually a good host. I can host stuff.
Maybe
yeah,
not.
You probably, maybe,
Don't use this
but
as
actually
an
the next
example,
one, if you
but-
if you want the real deal, the August 12th one is going to be Johnny Paul.
Okay, well,
Yeah, so. Fuck you, Alex.
yeah.
But we'll talk about that other one.
Sure we will. You guys, thank you for listening to Vancouver Right. Ed, you're a good guy. And don't be too gritty and edgy with your comedy, because like it's like a machete right to the throat.
Yeah.
And Simon, thanks for being my
That pit bull
co-host.
stuff may really put off.
I'm gonna have nightmares tonight.
Yeah, well, you know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have nightmares about this fucking podcast and the way it went.
Why? It was good.
Give us a
don't
couple
end like
thoughts
that.
here.
Oh.
Let's hear it. Let's get them out here.
It's been a while since.
I'm just talking about myself here, you know. I mean,
Are you not feeling good about yourself?
I don't know. I think I plugged the open mic, which is the main thing, and that's what I'm here for. So
you did a great job plugging.
all right.
People are gonna no.
Backhanded compliment.
Think about how bad I am at plugging. Remember when I tried to like tell people to come to that
Yeah, I
cannabis
should
show?
come on and plug stuff, you know, and then you know, because that's what I
Paul
can do. And
Morgan.
then,
Never mind. Yeah.
It's Paul Morgan.
Yeah, it is totally.
So Paul Morgan has the same name as of the guy that gets
from American
axed.
Psycho. Yeah.
Huh. I wonder if he knows that. He probably knows. He probably hears that all the time.
Yeah.
Have you seen American Psycho?
shit.
Oh, do you like Huey Lewis and the new? It'd be ironic if he became a killer now,
Maybe.
in like a weird indirect way.
Maybe he came here to kill us. You know
sure
what? I
hope so.
welcome it. Yeah. No. Yeah. all right.
Let's kill this.